Welcome back to episode 12 of the Railroads Online track building tutorials. And we are back at the sawmill again. And we are going to connect the line that's at the sawmill back to the line we have running from the logging camp. And well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to connect onto here. And I've found that if you stand back a little bit when you go to put your first piece in there at the end of a switch, it will not get the switch menu and you get the build menu instead. And we're going to ease into this corner. Go with a 3 this time because it's only going to be a shallow corner. And I'm going to guesstimate we'll need a 7 to get around here. So we'll put it on a 7. Let's see where we end up. And I lay down all this groundworks here off camera because it's the same as I've done everywhere else. Pulled out very large single segments of single segment splines of groundwork so that there's no Z randomization in it. If you didn't mind about the Z randomization, you'd just make a single path over, and like it wouldn't make that much of a difference. It'll only have slight, and you can see here that was a pretty good lineup because that's the spot we were aiming for. We might step out of the corner here because we need to aim towards the end there. So we'll come back to a 3, just smooth out, and then back to a 0. I'm going to do something a little bit different along here. I'm going to put in a passing lane so that if one train's coming this way and another one's coming down, one can pull into the passing lane and let the other pass. It also gives you a spot where you can put some rail cars that are currently not being used and they're not in the way of the line running through. And well, I'm going to do something a little bit different with this just to give a demonstration. I think we might be a little bit offline here, but we'll see how it goes. I think we might go back because we are going to miss if we try and put that in here. And we'll take off the straight, we'll take off the 3, we'll take off that one, and we'll take off the 7. Well, we can start building from here. And then this one is a 7. And this one here will be the 3. And this one here will be the straight. Oh, wrong way. And the spline. Go back and fix up the corded piece, which is here. And we've got the right one. Now we'll put in the switch to the passing lane, and we want to have a cross track spacing on the passing lane, so we need a cross track in the middle. And this one here just gives our position to come back again so that we're parallel. Put a cross track on the end, and now we'll put the passing lane in first, because what I'm going to do with the passing lane is I'm going to put a very gentle curve in it to the right. And what this will show is the method of putting in parallel tracks around a curve. And well, of course, the hardest way to do it is parallel tracks around a very shallow curve. That's why I'm using just a 1 degree curve. We'll come through all the way nearly to the end. And a few more spots. And that'll about do it. Now on the end of here we'll put another cross track because we'll need it later. And now we've got to do the switch trick of turning switches around backwards to get everything to line back up the opposite direction. And cross track on there. All that. And see, it's half a track off to try and just build backwards. Let me delete it. So we want to build back and we want to put it. Oh, I've done it wrong. Look at that. Let's start again, because the first step is to measure the distance, and then we put a cross track on the end. I put a cross track on the turnout, and that's wrong. And then we come back and put the one on the cross track. Cross track there on the end. And this one for the distance. And this gets our cross track here in the right place, which is the one that we're after. Delete that. And then that will be the cross track which fits neatly into there. And now we've got to do it again. So measure forward for the distance. We want the cross track to go the other way this time, so we need that one. And this is where our line will come in from here for the second line. And then this one for the distance. And that'll be the line that connects up to the logging camp. And now we build the correct switch back the other way, which we want the on the right, and there we go, that's lined up on that side. And we don't need this cross track here, but we do need a cross track here. And you can see we've got a curve there between here and the other end. Now to get this track to build in here, if we try and build this at 1 degree to the left the same, it will not meet up at the other end. The only way that you can get this to meet up is to come along on this track and transpose the control points from here over to where this track would be at this spacing. So what we do is we come along and get them to stand, pop back under our feet like that, and we build this one here. Now when we connect from this set of control points to this set of control points, it will give us the correct spacing to the track. And you have to go down the track and you have to do every single joint. And that one didn't go in right. Try again. There we go, got it to go under our feet. And put another one on here. And now we've got 3 control points to connect to. This one, and this one. And you've got to do it all the way along. So I'll build them off camera. And we're back again. And there we go, you can see I've got them in at every single joint. So all there is to do now is to connect them all up. So we'll start off from here. We do need a cross track to start off because this little bit here is straight. And we'll actually put a 6 in there. And now we turn off our control lock and we come along and we snap to every single one of the ones facing us, which of course is going to be painful. and this will give us 2 parallel lines around a curve. Now, the side that you use, that you put in first, is better put in if it's the outside lane, so that you don't get any gaps in the tie spacings. And then we connect to the end, and then the last little bit to build is straight again. We'll make them just a little bit, we'll pull the 7s back just a little bit so that we've got enough room to fit them in. And I'll lock off, connect to the joint and connect to the end, and that's the spline finished. And there we go, we have parallel tracks. Last job, of course, is to go through the middle. Oh, we don't want to delete that one. We're going to put it back because we need that one for building the curve. Delete all these ones in the middle. Yes, if you do the outside lane, when you do the inside lane, the length is actually slightly shorter. And if you do it the inside lane first and move it to the outside, it will make that tie spacing longer, or it's very slightly longer than the 7 tie spacing, and you'll end up with gaps in your ties. And we can't delete that one, but we do want to delete the track out of it. So we've got to build back the other way, and we need to delete that one. And this one here's got to go. And we put in this curve, which is the same as we did in episode 1. Connect to there. First segment is 3. Second segment is 7 1/4. We don't quite want to make them full length. And there we go, it lines up neatly. And there we go, that's finished. Delete all the cross tracks. And delete this cross track. And we just have to repeat the process at the other end. Move the switch out the middle. Build across the cross track. And the first segment is a 3. And then a 7 1/4. Oh, went the wrong way. 7 1/4. Another 7 1/4. And then it meets up nicely over the cross track. We can delete our cross tracks we use to start off our splines. And there, all done. We have got a passing lane that is on a 1 degree curve on this side, and well, the curvature on this side is actually about 0.8. So yeah, you can't even use a 0.75 to try and put it in. It'll miss by about half a track's width over that length. And well, then the only job left to do along here now is to delete all the temporary groundworks, the nice level with no Z randomization groundworks, and put the finished groundworks in. And I dare say, looking at the heights of what this here is, it might be nice to put in a little small bridge from here to here. Best side to look is on this side here, and another little bridge in here where the groundworks gets very deep. And it will be connected. There's one corner left at this end to connect the far end of this passing lane back into the downgrade that comes down from the logging camp. And it should be about a 4 degree corner to get around here. And there's our point that we're aiming for over there where the bridge is. So I'll build this corner in off camera. because it's pretty much straightforward, just build a corner. In the next episode, we will finish off the Ys on the south side of the sawmill so we can connect this line to the freight depot, which will have us pretty much all connected for our first 3 locations. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.